All right, so we are working on vehicle fear, and you can see Midway is right across the way. Christine is just doing a pan shot so you can see everything that's going on. We have the park there. There were also a lot of walkers that were going behind us. They're not really in frame in this round, but they were definitely present. And then, we're trying to kind of remove ourselves as far from the street as possible right now. And here's a little bit further into our session. What you're going to notice is that there's going to be a tractor that goes by, and that tractor was pretty loud. It spooked her a little bit and she tried to move out of there. That's pretty normal for a puppy. She's not super overwhelmed and she bounces back nicely, but it's something that we want to make note of. Okay, so here comes the tractor. You're going to see it come into view, and she's pretty aware of it at this point. She's a little bit more hypervigilant, and then she's moving out of there. The resiliency piece that we see here is that once it goes out of range, she bounces back nicely. That said, these stressors can have a cumulative effect on dogs, and so we want to be aware of what's called a trigger stack, where she's presented with one big trigger, which was the tractor. We also had a plane fly over, and that's going to make her more sensitive to any triggers that come into view going forward. So she's doing pretty well here, but soon something is going to come into frame on the right hand side, and that's not actually something we're working on. I believe it was probably a person with a stroller or a dog, but she's become more sensitive because she just faced two triggers, which were the tractor and the airplane. Okay, so here comes the third thing, and you can see she's watching it to the right. She's still pretty neutral, but she's definitely more aware of its presence at this point. And then soon she's going to want to get up and leave. So it's taking me a little bit of time to reload, and that gives her more time to be exposed to that trigger. I'm trying to keep low exposure, so quick delivery after. But she's definitely becoming more aware. She's pretty focused on whatever it is over there. And I can see that she's getting ready to move, and so I'm going to just support her with that. Dogs have an inherent need to feel safe, and when we try and force them to stay in a situation they're not comfortable with, we can actually do a lot of behavioral damage. So again, I'm just supporting her to get out of there. And she says, Good. We're just going to move this way till I feel safe again. Here's a little stress scratch. This is a stress reliever for dogs, and you may have seen it in the body language Good. Videos. And now we're a great distance away and I'm hand recording, but she's still vocalizing, so I'm just going to support her to move further. I made the decision to call it on the street exposure and start working on other things, and she was very happy to oblige with that. Overall, a great session.